Adaptogenic milk. What does that mean to you?
I mean, that just sounds crazy to me, so it sounds exciting. That's what I think.
Yeah, today we're reviewing Blume's Adaptogenic Milk Blend.
Better milk.
So for those of you that don't know, Blume is a company that makes superfood lattes. Yeah, they're these powders that are, I think for the most part, caffeine-free,
Yep.
Natural ingredients.
Vegan, no refined sugar additives, so yeah.
They've added this, which caught my eye, this adaptogenic milk blend. We like plant-based milks, and so when we saw this, we thought this was pretty cool. It's a plant-based milk, but with a lot of quality ingredients in it. The ingredients are, everything is organic.
Right.
It has almonds, cashews, coconut, rolled oats, reishi, mushrooms, cordyceps mushrooms, chaga mushrooms, and lion's mane mushrooms.
Whoa.
So that's, I guess, where all the adaptogenic stuff comes in. You basically mix it with water in a blender for about 20 or 30 seconds. It recommends 1 to 2 tablespoons of the base per cup of water, but it says here that it makes up to 5 liters. So I assume that the 1 tablespoon per cup is going to get you to the 5 liter mark.
Yeah.
It's cool because this is a little more environmental than having a bunch of these, right?
Definitely.
But the thing is it's still not it's not cost effective per se. I think that when it comes down to it, this is $25 Canadian.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably about twice the price per liter as something like
Per liter.
an organic oat milk.
But it's adaptogenic.
Yeah, exactly.
So
You do get the benefit of the whole adaptogenic milk blend, higher quality ingredients, I guess. And also too, like what we just named in here, this is all legit. There's no like weird additives or whatever. Like if we look at this oat milk, what do we got in here?
This is gonna have weird. Locust bean gum. I always find that a fun one. And other things that I don't know.
Sunflower oil.
Yeah. Amylase.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff, I guess, to thicken it, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, long story short, this does come in at probably about twice the price, but it's got a lot of quality stuff in it.
So I actually messaged Blume on Instagram just to double check if they felt that was kind of safe for me to drink as I'm pregnant right now. They just recommended that I check with my healthcare specialist before I drink this. They said there's just not a lot of science right now how adaptogenics like this affect pregnant people. So I'm not going to be tasting any today. We're going to fully trust Parker's taste buds here. I'm a bit sick anyway, so you're going to get the full experience with him. And I'll be sticking to the classic oat milk that we usually have in the house.
Yeah, so we put oat milk here just to kind of compare it taste-wise to the oat milk. I think that nutrition-wise, it's a no-brainer that this one is the way to go. If we look at the nutrition facts, even just beyond the quality of ingredients, 1 cup of the oat milk is 130 calories, 5 grams of fat, 19 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 4 grams of protein. And this one... 1 tablespoon, but 1 tablespoon is the amount that you would put in a cup. So 6 grams of fat, a little bit more for the fat, but that makes sense. There's nuts and stuff like that in here. I'm surprised it's honestly not more. Carbohydrates though is 3 grams compared to the 19 in the oat milk. Wow. 1 gram of fiber, so actually a little less fiber in this one here, surprisingly enough, but 1 gram of sugar in the adaptogenic milk blend compared to 6 grams of sugar in the oat milk. So that's pretty significant. Okay. Enough of the health stuff. I'm gonna try it. So
right. I'm excited.
Okay. You can see this one's got a nice little bit of like a brown, almost like a cafe latte color to it.
It looks good.
Yeah. Smells nutty. Yeah, maybe a little bit like almost like a sunflower seed type thing, but doesn't smell bad by any means. Doesn't smell like mushrooms.
That is what they want to know.
That's good.
Yeah?
That's actually quite good.
That's awesome.
Man, that's good.
How's the texture?
So the texture, I would say, it's probably like a little bit watery compared to the oat milk, but we're gonna actually try both of these out in a Blume Latte, I think is only fitting. So I'm curious to see what the texture will be like after we've, what is that thing?
Power blended it a little.
The little latte
it.
whisks. After we've frothed it, that's it. Yeah. So I'm curious to see how it will taste after that.
Is there any chalkiness or like sliminess?
No.
Okay, that's good.
No, and honestly, like, so we, did this up. Yeah, we did this up in the blender, and then we've got it in a glass bottle. But I'm surprised how well it stuck together. Like how much it did not separate.
Yeah.
Considering that it's like a paste blended with water. If you make your own almond milk with just like almond butter and water, or even make your own oat milk, it separates like way more than this. This seems to stick together. And I mean, again, there aren't like any weird additives that are thickeners or other things that are going to keep it together. So all of those things considered, I'm very impressed with this. They could have easily added like a thickener to it, and then sure, texture wise, it might be similar to the oat milk, but then you've got a not so ideal ingredient. So I think this was the way to go.
Is there a slight bit of sweetness?
So taste-wise, it's good. It kind of reminds me of it's a vague thing, but like when you have like a pistachio ice cream, there's like that little like pistachio flavor at the very end. And like this is what I'm tasting. There's no pistachios in this, I think.
Just all the flavors blending together. I mean, that sounds lovely.
But like it tastes nutty. Maybe it's like the almonds and the coconut together kind of give almost like a pistachio taste, but it tastes nutty. It tastes nice. It does not taste mushroomy. It does not taste intense. It does not taste overly healthy. It's actually a quite nice blend.
You heard it here. It does not taste like mushrooms.
Like I'm getting genuinely excited because it actually tastes better than I thought it would be.
That's so good.
So, okay, that's that. And just, for a little bit of control here, the good old Earth Zone So Fresh oat milk.
This is the classic.
It's funny because when you have this, well, I don't really drink oat milk or milk of any kind on its own. It's usually added to stuff, but when you drink this on its own, you're like, oh, this is just like an oat milk or whatever. But when you have now tasted this and then you taste this tastes like really sweet and kind of like artificial.
Okay.
I guess this is the vanilla flavored?
No.
No, it's not even. Tastes like it's.
Let's see.
It tastes like it's vanilla flavored.
There's 6 grams of sugar though per cup, and that was only 1 gram, I think.
So. Yeah, so like this one definitely tastes very sweet now, even though this is unsweetened original compared to this, and like not in a way that it's like, oh, I'm glad like I've got the sweetness back. More like, ooh, that's a little bit much after I've had this. But now if I have this one afterwards.
It's gonna be bitter.
No, it's still like that kind of nutty, kind of like naturally sweet pistachio-ness is the only way I can describe it. Is really nice. Yeah, honestly, this tastes like
this does taste sweet.
This tastes like milk garbage compared to this. So
I still like Earth Zone.
It's fine. Sorry. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. But honestly, like
comparatively,
I don't know if it's getting it all to my head, but
that's fair.
This tastes like quality.
Love it.
So now we're gonna actually put both of these into a latte. Latte time.
So what we're using here is the beetroot blend. On the right, we've obviously got the adaptogenic milk, and over here is the oat milk. Looking at these, they look pretty similar. I think this one looks a little lighter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's true.
Just thanks to the probably like thickening agents in there. But they both look good.
Yeah, this one looks like richer, to be honest.
Yeah, and this is kind of more pinky.
But I guess that checks out because like this milk is a little bit browner, a little bit darker anyways. The foam on the adaptogenic one looks thicker.
Kind of like thicker consistency,
Maybe, yeah. I mean, overall, this looks very enticing.
All right.
Let's try them both.
Do us the honors.
All right, the beetroot blend. This is good. This is good. I'm gonna try this one just to compare it.
Is there much difference?
Yeah, there's difference.
Okay.
I think like the same difference as the milk. Like I can taste the flavor of the milk a little bit in this one. I can taste the sweetness in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I feel the same way about these as lattes as I do about them as milk. So
Nice.
I like that this one's got kind of a sweet, nutty taste. This one is kind of artificially sweet. I guess because I've had all of my Blume lattes so far with oat milk, I'm conditioned to the sweetness of it.
Yeah, totally.
So probably what I would do next time with adaptogenic milk is just like add a touch of maple syrup.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, or what I actually like to do is I like to make like a date paste. I make date syrup myself. It's gonna have fiber in it. It's much healthier sugar, but you basically soak some dates and then blend them with water, maybe a little bit of lemon juice, and then you have a syrup. And so adding that to one of these is probably the best way to sweeten it. So I would probably just sweeten this one a little bit so that it's more reminiscent of how I know lattes. Because even like, I haven't had milk in a long time, but milk and then a lot of these like alternative milks that are pretty processed have like more of a sweetness to them. So if you're used to that in your latte, this is gonna taste more familiar, but then I think that you can easily create that little bit of sweetness if you just add something to this one, because the nuttiness is much nicer than the oat. Doesn't really have flavor to it. And then of course, like we've spoken about before, the health benefits and just natural quality of the adaptogenic milk is much better.
So you're saying it doesn't seem like it's a far jump from here to there. As if I were to add some sweetener, I could easily get used to drinking this milk compared to my usual.
I would say
sweet
so.
oat milk.
I would say so. I think that probably what I'll do is get this every once in a while and maybe like half the time use this as a milk, because it is more expensive too.
Totally. Just using it all day, every day.
But I'm interested to drink more of this and see if I notice any positive effects from the adaptogenics.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, and once you've had that baby, you can have some of this too.
I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna need it, so.
Yeah, I think that sums it up. So I would definitely recommend giving this a go. It's tastes good. It tastes more nutty and pleasant than I thought it would, considering how healthy it is. I think that it holds a pretty good color and flavor. The only thing I would recommend is that if you're gonna put it in a latte of any kind, especially your Blume Latte, add a little bit of sweetness, and then it will probably be a little more familiar to something else that you're used to. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, check out Blume Adaptogenic Milk Blend at your local Blume supplier.
Stockist. You could cut that. You can cut any of the weird I say out.
No, yeah.